What's up guys? Today let's take a look at Blokees Champion Class Spiderman Brand New Day model kit. This is my first live action Blokee kit, and I didn't get the Superman. Maybe I should. I don't know why I didn't get it. But anyway, yeah, let's first unbox it. See, base and 2 runners, 34, stand, joint, web, 5, 6, and pre-painted parts. So only 6 runners, but there's 97 pieces. So yeah, should be pretty easy, and I'll see you guys after I finish. Okay, so this is finished. I think in overall proportion, he still has sort of a Blokees toy addict look, right? The feet is still pretty big, the big hand, and relatively smaller head. Although I was told the face is the mask is pretty accurate. I didn't pay enough attention, so I don't really know. There's a lot of patterns, textures on the oversuit. It's not smooth, and I was told the blue part is molded instead of painted, so they are able to achieve it without pretty much, I don't think there's any plastic spilling on the blue part, so that's pretty nice actually. Of course, the big thing is he looks pretty naked without all the paneling, but you can't really expect them to do that on a cheap model kit. But at least they painted the web shooter. Okay, that's pretty nice. The spider symbol is pretty nicely painted and has a glossy finish. Same goes for the spider symbol on the back. Okay, however, there are something that's not super well done is the blue. Some of it are molded, some of it are painted, and it is pretty noticeably different because they have to paint the blue on red plastic. Good thing though is most of it is facing the back and side. For example, here is painted. All the upper torso blue are painted, so when you put him like this, it's not noticeable. All right, I think overall this is probably the best. Well, they only made 2 Spider-Man, and this is definitely look better than the Marvel Rivals Spider-Man. All right, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at his articulation. And one thing I forgot to mention, another reason you want to do the line work, because you can see the seam line on the side of the mask. Okay, if you don't do any line work, it's kind of noticeable, and look like he is wearing a mask or something. So yeah, another reason you might want to do the line work yourself. It's pretty easy. Just grab a Gundam marker. The head can look up. It's not super good, but it definitely a improvement over the Marvel Rivals Spider-Man. Look down, tilt, and rotation. And you can mod it by shaving the plastic at the back. Same go for the bottom. Okay, butterfly joint can only go forward, and yeah, this is not a very good butterfly range, unfortunate. Shoulder can raise way over 90 degrees, 360 of course. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. The elbow joint's huge, but at least the range is there. Just that this little chunk between the forearm and bicep is a little bit too big. And ball hand wrist, it's a little bit too easy to pop out when you articulate it, so that's unfortunate. Let's see the diaphragm joint. can crunch only a little bit forward. So that's a pretty big bummer. Back. A lot better. Side. And rotation. Waist joint can crunch only a bit forward as well. Back. Side. Rotation. At least there's no gapping. But yeah, the range is not good crunching forward. And if he had this much running forward, it's probably going to be enough. But it's unfortunate. At least the side to side is not bad. This is how you can mod it. Like as you can see here, let's zoom in. See the web panel, the very top of the web line, okay? When you pop out the torso, you can shave pretty much all the plastic here to give it a bit more ab crunch as far as waist joint go. I don't know if you can see it, but it is actually part of the abdominal section touching the waist joint, so you can shave a bit here and a bit here, but you have to be careful not to shave too much because there's already a little bit gap here. There's no gap here, so you don't want to shave too much, otherwise it will be a huge gap. All right, hip joint, drop down, of course, kicking. This is pretty good for Blokees because usually when they're hip joint kicking forward, it's gonna be kicked to the side, but this side is perfectly centered and forward, so that's very nice. Of course, since this is a drop down, you can use it to keep way higher than 90 degrees, which you're going to need it for a Spiderman pose. Kick back, side swivel. Oh, of course, almost forgot. Cross leg, touch feet, pretty good. Double jointed knee. Again, the range is not terrible. It's good actually, but the knee joint is huge, and you can actually improve the knee joint a bit. See the plastic. See the inside of a joint, like these two plastic touching the outside. If you shave it off, you can have a little bit knee bend, which I'm going to do after this review. And ankle rotation, of course, and back, forward, rocker. It's not bad, but not super good either. And toe joint, ugh, terrible toe joint. I don't know why they keep making terrible toe joint like this. I think Moon Knight had very good toe joint, but we're back to the terrible looking toe joint, and you can see it's not flush. It's not flush here. Ugh. So yeah, his articulation is definitely an improvement over the last Blokees Spider-Man, but I would say it's still just okay-ish. Maybe after modding the torso, he'll have much better ab crunch, then it's gonna be better. But right now, like default, it's not super good. It's definitely posable, but I would expect it to be a bit better. All right, let's take a look at the accessories. For hand, he comes with a pair of relaxed / wall calling hand, a pair of fists, and a pair of web shooting hand, and of course, one spare ankle joint and one spare wrist joint. For web effect, this is the only one that comes with him. I think this is exactly the same with the Marvel Rival Spider-Man. I definitely think that he should come with more. For example, at the very least, come with another web for him to hold like this, and of course the corresponding gripping hand. Or if they really don't want to do extra gripping hand, just put a hole into the fist hand, just like Kyoto did. And lastly, a stand, which is actually a pretty nice stand. Their stand usually is pretty sturdy, so that's good. So yeah, okay spreader accessories. Definitely need more web effect, but you can always make them with white wire and you can drill a hole into the fist yourself. Okay, let's take a look at the size comparison. With Marvel Legend Maximum Spider-Man, Blokees Marvel Rival Spider-Man, MarvX Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and SHF Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I just realized that this is my very first Tom Holland Spider-Man, and I don't really have that many Spider-Man because, you know, not a huge fan of Spider-Man myself. With Blokees Marvel Rival Invisible Woman, DC Heroes Nightwing, Amazing Yamaguchi Arkham Nightwing, and Jada Toys Fei Long. With UPF Arkham Knight, CCS Sam Fisher, Stone Arena Nash, and McFarlane Toys Silver Age Superman. So yeah, I think overall this is a pretty decent model kit and a pretty decent Spider-Man. Of course, just like pretty much all the model kits, especially the cheaper ones, you have to do some extra work to make it work better. And you can feel the improvement about this one over their Marvel Rival Spider-Man, which is good. And as far as whether this is a good brand new day Spider-Man, I don't really know because, like I said many times before, not a Spider-Man fan. So yeah, I can't really say much about that, but I can say is I'm going to bring this guy to the theater later this month. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.